You know those little things you do every day when you get in your car? The things you don't even think about. Well, some of those seemingly harmless habits are silently killing your vehicle, and they could be setting you up for thousands of dollars in repairs. Today, we're going to break down the 12 most common and destructive mistakes people make right before they even start driving.
So, to guide us through this, we're leaning on the wisdom of Lobo Mecanico. This guy is a mechanic with over 2 decades under the hood. He's seen it all, and he says he's watched countless engines die because of these simple, innocent-looking habits. He even jokes that workshops love these mistakes because, let's be honest, they're fantastic for business.
So you gotta ask yourself, is your morning routine secretly planning to drain your bank account with a massive repair bill? Let's find out. We're counting down the 12 mistakes that are destroying your car, and we're starting from the bottom. All right, let's kick things off with part 1, simple errors. Don't let the name fool you. These are the small, everyday missteps that can spiral into some surprisingly huge, expensive problems. Coming in at number 12 is pressing the gas pedal before or while you're turning the key. Now, this is a classic move, a real holdover from the old days of carburetor cars, where you kind of had to help the engine wake up. But here's the reality for a modern fuel-injected car. When you do that, you're just telling the car's computer to dump a ton of extra fuel into the cylinders. This raw gasoline acts like a solvent, washing away that super thin protective film of oil on the cylinder walls. So for that critical first second of a cold start, you get metal grinding directly on metal. Do that every single morning and you're literally shaving years off your engine's life. Okay, next up, mistake number 11. Be honest, who does this? You hop in, turn the key, and the headlights, the AC, the radio, everything just roars to life at once. It feels efficient, right? But it's actually a huge strain on your car's whole electrical system. And this chart just says it all. Firing up the engine is the single hardest job your battery has to do, period. So when you make it do that plus power up all your accessories at the exact same moment, you're putting it under extreme stress. This is exactly why batteries and alternators die way before their time. Lobo Mecanico tells the story about a Nissan Versa owner who had to replace her battery 3 times in just 2 years, all because of this one little habit.
Oh man, we've all had this little moment of panic. You get in the car, you put the key in, and nothing. The key won't turn, the steering wheel is locked solid, and what's our first instinct? To fight it! We try to force the key and yank on the wheel, but that panic move is actually damaging the ignition cylinder inside.
The fix is so simple, and it can save you a surprisingly expensive repair. First step, stop fighting it. Seriously, just relax. Gently wiggle the steering wheel back and forth. While you're doing that, apply just a little bit of light pressure to the key. The lock will just pop free. No force, no drama, no repair bill.
Okay, this one's for everyone driving a manual. This is a real silent killer for your car. It's the habit of starting the car and then just sitting there with your foot planted on the clutch while you're plugging in your GPS, looking for your sunglasses, or just waiting for a minute. And here's why that's so bad. There's a part called the clutch release bearing, and it's only designed to work for the few seconds it takes you to actually shift gears. When you hold that pedal down, you're forcing that bearing against the pressure plate, creating a ton of heat and friction. You're basically just cooking it, and that leads to replacing the entire clutch kit, which is not a cheap date. All right, we're moving into the big leagues now. These next habits don't just mess with small parts. We're talking about actions that can cripple the most expensive systems in your entire car. We're talking the engine and the transmission. Mistake number 8 is just pure impatience. You start the car and throw it in drive before the dashboard has even finished its little light show. See, when you turn the key, all those flashing lights aren't just for decoration. Your car is running a quick self-check, a diagnostic. And if one of those lights stays on, that is a big, flashing warning sign that something's wrong. And ignoring that warning can lead to total catastrophe. This slide lays out a real-world horror story. A driver didn't even notice his oil light was on. For 3 weeks. By the time he finally did, the damage was done. An engine that could have been saved with a simple look was completely seized, leading to a repair bill that could run into the thousands. All because of 10 seconds of inattention. This next one is for everyone who's always in a rush. You start the car, and before the engine's RPMs have had a chance to settle down to that nice, steady idle, you just slam it straight into drive or reverse. You feel that hard clunk, that jolt when you do that? That is the sound of your transmission taking a heavy punch. When the engine is revving high, shifting into gear causes this violent, jarring engagement of all the internal parts. You do this every day, and you are literally guaranteeing premature transmission failure. And trust me, that is one of the most expensive repairs you can possibly face.
The fix? Just wait 3 seconds. That's it.
All right, now we've got a 3-for-1 deal on bad habits, number 6, 5, and 4. And what's interesting is they're all connected by one single theme: impatience. We're talking about turning the steering wheel while you're stopped, letting the car idle forever, and flooring it on a cold engine. Let's break them down rapid fire. Number 6, turning the wheel when the car isn't moving. That puts an incredible amount of strain on your power steering pump. Number 5, long idling. Letting your car sit there for 20 minutes with the remote start doesn't warm it up right. It just lets fuel contaminate your oil and creates nasty engine sludge. And number 4, flooring it right after you start. That forces cold, thick oil to try and lubricate parts, which it can't do effectively, leading to, you guessed it, metal-on-metal wear. 3 different habits, one cause, impatience, and they all lead to expensive trips to the shop. Okay, we've made it to the final section, and these last 3 mistakes, they go beyond just costing you money. These habits directly impact your safety and the safety of every single person on the road around you. Mistake number 3 sounds completely harmless. You just need to start your car to move it a few feet in the driveway, and then you shut it right back off. Here's the problem. A cold engine runs rich, which means it's injecting extra fuel. If you shut it off immediately, that unburned fuel drips down into your oil pan, diluting your oil. It's like watering down your engine's lifeblood, destroying its ability to protect all those critical moving parts. This one has absolutely nothing to do with mechanical damage. This is pure, simple, common sense. Driving off with your windows completely fogged up, it's like choosing to drive blindfolded. You can't see pedestrians, you can't see cyclists, you can't see other cars. The first few moments of any trip are statistically the most dangerous, and this habit just makes them infinitely worse. And here it is. The number 1 most dangerous mistake you can make when starting your car is driving with its electronic eyes blocked. We're talking about the cameras, the radar, the sensors that run all of your car's modern safety features. If those things are covered in dirt or ice or snow, they just don't work. This table just lays out the stark reality perfectly. With clean sensors, your car's safety net, your blind spot alerts, automatic emergency braking, lane assist, it's all active and ready to protect you. But with block sensors, that entire safety net is gone. It's disabled. And the worst part is, the car might not even warn you. You're driving with a false sense of security, thinking the car has your back when it can't even see the road. So what's the bottom line here? Your car is a huge investment. It's a tool, but it's also a critical piece of your safety. But it can't protect you if it can't see. And it can't run for a long time if it's being slowly damaged by these little habits every single day. So looking at this list, which one habit will you change tomorrow morning?